This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. News is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Welcome to News 25 here on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Well, the Board of County Commissioners voted to oppose a bill, AB 102, currently in the Nevada legislature. This bill seeks to put a stop on coyote calling contests, which are currently happening in rural communities throughout the state, according to the backup from Tuesday's agenda item. The backup says that there are 12 to 25 events annually in which teams shoot and kill coyotes for sport.
The Board of County Commissioners passed a resolution supporting coyote calling contests within Nye County.
Bill AB 102 was first brought in front of the Nevada Department of Wildlife Commissioners in 2015, and then again in 2021. During both meetings, the board listened to public comments, listened to county advisory boards, listened to sports women and men, and listened to the Nevada Department wildlife biologists. This petition was denied both times by the wildlife commissioners. Most of the commissioners don't feel they have the right to tell people what they can and can't do. No laws are being broken by allowing people to gather in small groups a few times out of the year to harvest coyotes for money or a prize. There isn't an overabundance of coyotes being shot. There is no harm in the coyote population due to these derbies. Us living in rural areas see the impact that coyotes have. They kill birthing calves, kill people's chickens and other livestock. They kill small dogs and cats. They have even been known to attack small children. These coyote derbies are no different than fishing derbies. I have been one of the Tonopah residents that put on an annual coyote derby. I do this to raise money for the Tonopah High School Rodeo Club. This hunt is put on usually in November or December for 24 hours. I have people from all over: Reno, Yerington, Ely, Spring Creek, Winnemucca, Bishop, California, Ogden, Utah. And this year, I even had a gentleman and his son come down from Idaho. I asked these people, why Tonopah? Why do you travel hundreds of miles away from home to come to Tonopah for a coyote derby? Their response back to me, because you are raising money for a good cause, and we want to win a custom belt buckle. I have also heard, because you allow our kids to hunt with us, you don't hold derbies in a bar. And now think about this. This year at our second annual Coyote Derby, I had 28 teams, 2 to 3 man teams. Kids under 18 must be accompanied by an adult. $100 entry fee per team. The supporters raised for our rodeo club $2,800 just for showing up. The winning team won, killing 4 coyotes. Second place killed 3, and the third team killed 1 coyote.
With the calling, I'll wrap up with this. With the calling, it may sound inhumane. If you've ever been asleep and woken up by a coyote kill, the sound is atrocious. It's horrifying, it's screeching, and that's exactly what they're doing, is rejoicing that they got a kill. I'd like to call for the vote if there's no further discussion.
Reluctantly, aye.
Aye. Nay.
Jabor's aye.
I'm going to vote nay for this and not support. And it's not because I don't like what they're doing. I just don't think I don't like the idea of the games. So
I understand.
Other than that, I have no problem.
For the record, number 18 passes, 3 yeas, 2 nays.
Well, one of the owners of Artesian Cellars, Tim Burke, and the former owner of Pahrump Valley Winery, Bill Loken, spoke before the Senate Commerce Committee in Las Vegas last week. We caught up with Burke shortly after the meeting.
This morning was the hearing for SB 259, a bill introduced in the Senate that affects Nevada wineries. And today was public testimony and support going over the bill in that committee. So I went down there this morning and testified in support of the bill. It is the goal of every winery located in our great state, to have more wineries, to make wineries strong and have more wineries in our industry. The addition of an additional tasting room is a common practice in our neighboring states. It makes sense to have a winery's production facility near the vineyards. Land is less expensive, building costs are less, labor costs are also less. The problem with having a tasting room located in rural areas, there are very few customers.
Between 2003 and 2019, my wife and I owned the Prump Valley Winery in Prump, of all places, and we grew it into the largest winery in the state. To kind of give you a little background, in 2008, we released the first 100 cases of Nevada red wine ever commercially produced in the state. When we sold the winery in 2019, we were up to producing approximately 2,500 to 3,000 cases of Nevada wine per year. And the vineyards that we were working with, different growers, had increased production to a point where we were on a path to be able to do about 5,000 or 6,000 cases of Nevada wine a year.
But there's basically 4 parts to this bill. The first part would allow a winery to open a second location under their existing winery license within the states. The second provision was a special designation for wineries that use Nevada grapes. There's not very many vineyards in Nevada. The largest commercial vineyard is actually in Amargosa. There's also several large vineyards up in northern Nevada that we harvest grapes from. We can't get all of our grapes out of there to cover what we need, so we do supplement that with some grapes out of California and some Washington State. But the state requires that after your first 1,000 cases sold annually, that 25% of your cases sold must be made from Nevada fruit. So, for example, we sell 1,000 cases, then we start on our second 1,000 cases that we're selling. 250 cases of that must be made from grapevines here in Nevada. It's what we do already here at Artesian Cellars. We actually harvested about 25 tons of Nevada grapes these last 2 years, and we look to harvest hopefully that much again this summer. But there are certain wineries that don't have the ability to get that fruit very easily, so they tend to buy fruit out of California. This provision is intended to, let's say, offer an incentive for them to promote and use Nevada vineyards in their wine. One of the provisions is to raise it to 2,000 cases. That gives wineries a little bit more financial flexibility as vineyards get developed. It takes a long time for a vineyard to get up and going to be actually viable. From the first time you put a grapevine in the ground, it's about 4 years before you actually start harvesting that grapevine. And if they're red grapevines, for red grapes like a Cabernet Sauvignon, it's at least another 2 years before you're able to sell that product. So you're looking at 6 years of expense in getting that vineyard up and going. So by increasing that cap, it does allow them to sell a little bit more wine while these vineyards are growing in the state. Cider is considered wine, even though it's not made with grapes. It's actually made with fruit, primarily apples. So they have a very good cider product down there in Las Vegas, and they want to put that into distribution. They're getting demand and requests for it in various bars in Las Vegas area. Well, under the current provision, that cider counts against their wine grape cap of Nevada fruit. It doesn't make a lot of sense because it doesn't use wine grapes. So the provision in this new bill, SB 259, is to separate cider out into its own category and allow a winery to produce 150 barrels of cider annually without affecting or having to have any Nevada fruit in it. Hopefully we get more apple orchards planted in this state. You never know. As part of the provisions in this bill, it's the ability for the Department of Agriculture to create a special designation that wineries can put on their bottles that designates that the wine made in that bottle was made with Nevada grapes.
Well, Tim says that the Senate bill will be reviewed by the Senate Commerce Committee. It'll probably go to the Assembly and come back in front of the Commerce Committee with the Assembly. He adds that there's support from both the Democrats and Republicans to move this bill forward, and he hopes that it will pass. News 25 will return in just a moment.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, the Holiday Task Force is having their Easter picnic this Saturday at Petrick Park. Here's Linda Wright with the details.
On Saturday, April 8th, and we will be out at Petrick Park. So come join us for the annual Community Easter Picnic from 10 to 2. And it's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll be there with Pete Up, and we'll have our community organizations come out, and they'll have tables with all their information, and we'll have games this year. And of course, the Easter Bunny will be there for you to take pictures, and we'll have hamburgers and hot dogs. So come on out and enjoy the nice warm day. This is all free to the community. The Pahrump Holiday Task Force. The whole community is invited to come out, and just like the past, it should be a very, very fun day, and we look forward to having everybody out to enjoy the fun festivities and our version of an Easter egg hunt.
Well, if you're looking for a fun, family-friendly event this Easter, hop on over to Easter at Simpkins Park this Sunday. Christy and DJ Mills tells us all about this egg-sighting event.
So this started with my father and our family in Amargosa. They decided that they wanted to bring the community together, and that was one of the ways that they did it, was by holding a big old Easter egg hunt for the whole community. My sister, Cassandra Selbach, and myself and her family, and everybody else decided to kind of put this together to be something fun that we could enjoy with our families. And then we've just consistently invited everybody to join us and be alongside of us. And so that's still what we're hoping to do, is just invite everybody, have some fun, have some family, and just enjoy the community together and bring the community together. But we're still going to have the big Easter egg hunt. It's still going to be sorted by age groups. We're going to have Rotary there providing some hot dogs. We're going to have some worship music playing. We're going to have some photo areas, and then some take-home crafts for everybody. Bring your own chairs, bring your own table. If you got special dietary requirements, bring those. But the idea is less frills, more family. We've always said that this is a family Easter egg hunt and everybody's invited. That's what it is too. So we're going to be there partaking in the activities just like everybody else, and a little bit less on the leading of the activities. So if you have something fun, some cornhole or whatever, and you want to set it up in the park and invite others to play, bring it on.
It's Easter at Simpkins, and the flyer that we've recently put out says Easter at Simpkins, back to our roots. We're going to start everything at 11 because we want to make sure that people have time to eat and spend time with their families and play whatever games that they're going to be playing with the people around them, and then we're going to have our hunt at 12.
If they want to bring some eggs and put them in with the rest of the eggs that are hidden, that's more than welcome.
But
we don't recommend any chocolate, though, because that melts really good.
Yep, so we're still going to be up at the butt crack of dawn hiding eggs, making sure that we've got a few out there for the bigger kids with money in it, things like that. So the hunt itself is still going to be the same, where it's going to be separated with age groups, and it's going to have the smaller kids in the grass and the bigger kids out in the desert searching for the fun stuff.
If anybody wants to show up around 5 a.m. and hide some eggs, you guys are more than welcome. Just show up. You don't even need to call ahead. But if you did want to call ahead, my phone number is 775-513-8394, and we can coordinate that. But we expect to spend a couple hours hiding all the eggs, and then you can go back home and have some breakfast with your family, and then come back for a picnic at the park and some Easter egg hunt. Right now we're doing okay, but donations are always welcome. If we got any last-minute donations, they would probably go towards the gold eggs at this point.
Well, are your kids eating fruit and veggies daily? According to the CDC, many children between the ages of 1 and 5 are not. However, they are regularly drinking sugar-sweetened beverages.
The CDC report that children age 1 to 5 don't eat enough fruits and veggies was not necessarily surprising to me, just with patterns I see talking to families in clinic every day, just being around children, my own child myself. It's not a surprising finding.
Jennifer Hyland is a pediatric registered dietitian for Cleveland Clinic Children's. She says there are a couple of reasons why kids may not be eating as many fruits and vegetables as they should. One factor could be their own parents are not eating them regularly, so the child is not exposed to them. Another is the child was not introduced to them at a young enough age, so it does not taste as appealing. And finally, fresh fruit availability could also pose a challenge for some communities. Highlands says it's very important for a child to eat fruits and vegetables to help with their health and development.
So if they're not eating fruits and veggies, they're not getting the fiber intake that they need. And kids and adults alike do not get enough fiber. Fiber is going to help regulate the blood sugar, help with hunger and satiety, help with bowel movement patterns. So fiber is really important. Also, just simply vitamins and minerals. Also, micronutrients like zinc and other things are going to be in fruits and vegetables. So what they're missing out on is a problem.
And Highland suggests introducing fruits and vegetables at an early age. She also recommends letting kids pick what they want to try and says it's best to avoid lecturing about how healthy a food is because a child may assume it's not tasty. News 25 will return in just a moment.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, a Yukon is a terrier mix who's hoping to find a warm lap and a loving home. Pat Lemming introduces us to this special dog.
Today's Save a Pet segment is made possible by Realty Executives in Action. Put the team at Realty Executives in action for you.
Hi everyone, this is Pat with Never Forgotten Animal Society at 3091 North David Street in Pahrump. We're in the northern part of town off of Bella Vista between Blag and Leslie. And in my arms I have the sweetest little man. This guy's name is Yukon. He is approximately 3 years old. He is a long-haired wire terrier or something. We're not sure what he's mixed with here. But very, very loving, very sweet boy. He's used to being around other animals. He's used to being in with other dogs. He came in with 10 other dogs, and they all get along. And he is been neutered, so he is ready to go home. And our adoption fee is $250 to adopt him. That includes his neuter, his microchip, all of his vaccinations and rabies certificate. And he is ready to go home right now. He's kind of a long-haired brindle kind of color. Black nose, black muzzle, very, very sweet boy. He likes belly rubs. He likes to be involved in things. He likes to be held. He and I hang out after hours. I put a bed on my desk and he just kind of helps me type and do all the stuff that I need to do after hours. And he's just very, very sweet. I do get kisses quite often. Which is all right with me. So he is available here at Never Forgotten. No appointment is necessary. Please come in and meet him. And all of the other dogs we have approximately 40 dogs on site. So all ages, all colors, all sexes, all sizes. You come on in and see. We also have kittens and cats. And so please come on by when you get a chance. We're at 3091 North David. We're open Monday through Saturday from 10 until 5. I look forward to seeing you. Thanks for coming in.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
All right, we're taking a look at Zabriskie Point in Death Valley and Mikey's weekend trip to Death Valley in his attempt once again to get his Death Valley trip written off on his taxes. And beautiful day out there over the weekend. We're going to find out more with John.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios and worldwide on that local BTV app. The app you should get on your phone. It makes you popular and stuff. You need friends. Fernley's got 53 degrees. Weather Twins up in Fallon and Carson City at 51. 44 degrees in Tonopah, and that's where they quit. We're taking the rest of the day off. You're the Cool Spot Award winner. Congratulations. 46 out in Goldfield. We got 56 out in Big Beautiful Beatty, and Amargosa topped us all at 60. Vegas close behind at 57. And Death Valley, pretty good. 71 degrees. Nice day in Death Valley. Here in the paradise of Pahrump, let's take a look. It's 57 degrees. That's our current temperature. 59 just a little bit earlier. That seemed pretty good, especially after yesterday with all the winds and everything. Winds calm today. 7 miles per hour. Day got going at 6:24 a.m. Setting this evening with the sunshine going down at 7:09. Under clear skies, we'll have beautiful star watching and a low tonight of 34 degrees. Not too bad. Humidity at 30%. I was thinking it smelled like a cloud, but no, I think it smells like a clear day for Thursday, and sure enough, it is. 66-degree temperatures, but look at this march up in temperatures. Friday, Saturday, Easter, Sunday, 82 degrees. Oh my gosh, sunshiny day. About the most beautiful Easter you can imagine. And Monday, temperatures keep going up. We see a couple clouds in the sky, but no real cause for concern. Temperatures will be dropping down a little bit. Back into the mid-60s by Wednesday, but it sure does smell like springtime, and we like that. That's a good trend. All right, back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
Well, not some bad news. So we still got some cooler nights on some of those hotter days. And of course, that great weather for the weekend holiday. And that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell from all of us up here on the Hill. We'll see you back here tomorrow.